Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Borderline Hooligans Podcast. To the right of me, I have Brennan.
Ahoy, ahoy.
To the right of him is Savannah.
Hello.
To the right of her is Brady.
Present.
And to the right of him is Alex.
Ooga booga, motherfuckers.
My name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Mother Podcast.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as BL Hooligans. You can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, and many other, by many, I mean like 2 other podcast platforms. It's Borderline Hooligans. And as always, if you're curious, we're on a social media page. Please just look up Borderline Hooligans. It's not hard. I'm sure you can find us. Make it very simple to find people.
Down syndrome, Irish impersonation.
It just sounds like a mess.
But the funny thing is, he fucking nailed it perfectly.
Can you give us a little bit of your version of this?
Oh, I can't do it.
One of them things where, like, I can't even repeat that. He's trying. He's thinking about it.
I'm trying to think of something to say with it.
There's always certain words that work out with different accents like that, too.
Yeah. You guys want to go down to the pub and smoke some pints? I don't fucking know.
No, that was just flat out R.
Yeah.
Hard. That wasn't Irish. That was maybe Irish speak, but not Irish accent.
Yeah, well.
Kind of like British, when you do an accent, it's really easy to say, what?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Bloody hell, mate. Let's just go down to the fucking pub.
Isn't it, bruv?
Bruv.
Bruv.
I like that one.
Oh, see those birds over there? Birds or girls? How can you speak, I believe? Burb.
I'm just going to hop by the loo, and then we can hop to the next pub. All right, mate?
Lou. I found out that British people call the hood of their car the bonnet.
Bonnet, yes.
And the trunk the boot.
Yep.
I was just like, why do they got to be so different?
I fucking hate that they put beans on toast and consider that shit good.
What is
British
it?
food?
Is there a name for that?
You do realize, okay, no. It's literally beans on toast. It's
That's
what
they call it?
It's called beans on toast. Their most creative name for a dish that they have is fish and chips. It's fried fish
and French
fries.
When I found out that chips meant French fries, I was like, this is...
Yeah.
Ugh.
But that's also what they call French fries. So, but think of it this way: the British Empire at one point has never had the sun set on it. So basically, the British took over a good portion of the world, tried all their food, and decided, nah, fuck that, salt.
But tea.
Salt and tea.
Have you had
They're
British
salty, huh?
tea?
They're very
Well,
salty.
It's
very bland tea.
they stole it. I would...
Yeah, but they basically went, nah, fuck all the other spices, salt.
Some things just never change. Nothing like eating like you did in the Middle Ages.
Are they the reason that white people have the stereotype of
Yes.
like not handling spice whatsoever?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know about them necessarily. Because there are some people that really cannot handle spice.
Me.
In here. Well, in here I meant like United States, but yeah, you too.
I volunteer.
It just gives Sav heartburn. That's why she stays away from it.
See, I like spicy food, but I also like to taste the stuff that I have after I eat spicy food.
I'm all for
I
it.
am all for the spice, 100%, as long as it does not ruin my taste buds for the next 2 days.
There's like different types of spicy food in my opinion where like it's spicy but I can still taste the other food, and then there's like certain spice, I don't know if it's a different like type of pepper or what it is, but it just makes it so that the rest of your food just tastes like ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the what is the hottest sauce on B-Dub's menu? What is
Blazin'.
Blazin', whatever the fuck it is. I remember one time
It's awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's literally like not a good flavor. It just tastes like burning.
Yeah.
It's for people that just want the spice.
That's literally all it is, and it's why I don't understand. I like spicy food. Don't get me wrong, but why?
I don't
so
understand the
spicy
people
that you can't eat it.
That's the idea. Like, I would want to enjoy it.
Yeah,
because spice is supposed to add.
And then there's
to
some
your
people
food.
that have to wear fucking gloves when they eat their wings because they're so goddamn hot.
Gloves and safety goggles.
gloves,
Yeah.
safety goggles.
But you're ingesting it.
and they're fucking crying, and they fucking love it.
Oh, this is great.
I think it's my dick is bigger than yours kind of thing.
Yeah. Why don't you just like take a knife and shove it in your leg? Get the pain that way. At least you can taste your food.
At least you can taste your
Yeah, no kidding.
didn't ruin your rest of your day by making you get your stomach pumped.
Yeah.
No, but it did ruin your day because now you can't fucking walk because there's a knife in your leg.
I mean,
I mean, would you rather be able to taste your food with a knife in your leg or not be able to taste your food for the rest of the fucking
I think
day?
I'd rather be able to walk.
probably not.
I
taste my
enjoy
food, to be
walking.
Fine,
honest.
fine. Knife in the arm.
You can
Put the
still
knife
walk.
anywhere.
Which arm? Come on.
Whatever arm you want. Wherever the fuck you want to put it. As long as
Brennan's
it's not...
arm, not mine.
No, wait a minute. Sorry, Lefty. You're gonna have to take one for the team.
God. It just... it
Lefty
never makes
always takes one for the team. Anytime I reach into a fucking outlet box that I don't know if it's hot or not, it's always the left hand going in. God forbid my right hand go in there.
I seen a TikTok of people in like giant industrial electrical settings, like turning on big electrical panels, and they're basically their whole thing is turn on big switches with long sticks, and then like different things where like they'll turn shit on and they'll like run past it and turn it on as a running past, so that like I guess the least amount of time in front of that panel the better. I don't know.
Well, a lot of those panels with those big industrial factories will have literally thousands of volts going through it and hundreds of amps.
And it can literally arc within feet.
But
can
it was a
literally
really
arc up
funny
to
TikTok.
5 to 10 feet, I think. Some of
Yeah,
it.
that sounds
So
about
it's
right.
crazy insane. How
But you
far
running
are.
past that panel is not gonna stop that.
No, but your momentum will get you out of range if you do get shot.
Instead of getting stuck in it, you'll be through it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Worst comes to worst, you get third-degree burns instead of dying.
I don't know how many volts these guys were dealing with. I didn't
Like
look
I
that
just said,
closely.
probably
I know,
Thousands.
but I'm saying, in these specific instances, but these guys are already wearing arc flash suits, and then they're still taking 5-foot long sticks,
Yeah.
flicking these breakers up.
So hundreds of thousands, Brady.
Yeah, like-
Probably.
A lot.
Insane what goes through
A
those
lot.
systems.
I also seen one
It's a lot of electricity.
where they turned the breaker on, and they were all like, there's like 3 guys, and they turned the breaker on, and they're all kind of like listening and looking to see if anything goes wrong, and they all kind of like have this moment of like, all right, we're good. And then right after they have that moment, there's this big like electrical like humming really, really loud all at once, and then the lights dim at the same time, and the guy who put the breaker on fucking flicks it off as fast as possible, and that's the end of the video. Didn't go well.
They were probably testing some equipment the first time power up, and they had something in there that was not rated for what was going through it.
It sounded like something probably like some kind of big motor or something, and it probably bound up.
I doubt that.
I mean, whatever it was, it didn't go correct.
Is the only kind of motor that would be on that kind of system is like a whistling diesel. Did you see that video
Yeah.
where they went to the giant like scrap?
That was sweet.
Yes.
Big
It
fan.
would be a motor like that would make that kind of noise and take that kind of power.
Whatever it was, they weren't afraid of getting shocked by it at the breaker, so it must have been in a different room whenever they were turning on.
It might have been too.
I
That's
thought I
true.
heard you say Vin Diesel for a moment. I'm like, why are you guys watching Vin Diesel?
Whistling diesel.
Yeah, I
This
could
is
Dom
this is one of
Toretto
his
himself.
sweatshirts. It's awesome. I like it.
Dom
Mass
Toretto.
Oh, you
Destruction.
finally got your sweatshirt.
Yeah, it took about a month and a half.
Big fan?
I love this sweatshirt.
All right.
I'm a big fan of this sweatshirt. Like
'Cause
I'm a
they
big fan of my
overpaid for it.
Swagger
That's why he
Soul
loves it.
sweatshirt. And it's not even about the design or the YouTuber. It's literally just how fucking comfortable they are.
because he overpaid for it.
Ah, there you
He
go.
didn't overpay for it as much as I did, so.
I'll be honest. When
But
you
yours
sat
came
down,
with more than just a fucking
So
sweatshirt.
does his.
You got it in mine. That's right here.
I'll be honest. When you sat
I never
down,
used it yet,
At
but
first, I didn't see the M, so I thought it was just ass destruction.
I thought it said masturbation at first glance. Not gonna lie.
I think that would have been fun.
Like
to
we
hear,
both
but-
just have dirty minds, baby. I don't know.
ass destruction is something that he would do. But
Ass
I
destruction.
love how one of you's seen masturbation, the other one's seen ass destruction. Like neither one of you
it's
seen
all about-
something normal.
that's just the consensus or like the typical thought process of us, though. You got to realize.
It's all about how he's facing. I mean, he sat down, kind of cockeyed to me, and I saw ass destruction.
So if you're willing to put it out there, how much did you pay for yours? I can't remember. I know it was less than mine, but
I think it was. I don't even remember at this point. It's been so long ago.
But to be-
mine was $190.
yeah,
so
but I liked your design more.
Yeah,
a
his was
big
nicer.
fan.
His
Rather
was nicer,
crafty.
but I couldn't get his. And,
No, I know.
It's a limited
literally,
drop.
You
so-
do. They're limited drops. Like literally the day that this dropped, I ordered it, and it
Does
took
yours
a month.
have a? Do they do a tag on yours that says like one of this many or something? Or
I don't know. I didn't look.
and mine's got it right on the outside. I don't know how limited.
It might have not been like their first one. That's not.
Mine was an
really wrong.
earlier drop, so I don't know if they do that with the new ones. I think yours, you got different strings in your sweatshirt and stuff like that. I think yours is also probably a nicer, like they're probably
Quality.
learning as they go.
Well, he says he wants to make stuff that actually lasts, and like I know when I bought the sweatshirt from Swagger Souls, his last sweatshirt, that was $60, which for a sweatshirt
That's
like,
about the most I'll pay for a sweatshirt.
Nah, come on, 190,
after
bro.
No.
after experiencing that sweatshirt, like it's even nicer than any Under Armour or Carhartt sweatshirt that I've ever had in my entire life. It is such a fucking nice sweatshirt.
How would you compare this to that?
Pretty similar. At least in the beginning, pretty similar. Let's see how it holds up. Because that other one is starting to fall apart, but I also wear it a shit ton.
What's that look for?
I mean, I'd for $60, I wear a sweatshirt that said "ass destruction" too.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
I would.
130.
Let me some ass destruction.
So he paid 130 for his,
Yeah.
which is still
I've been looking for
more
like
than double what you would say you would be willing
Yeah.
to pay.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Then account for, technically half of that being for a subscription or whatever.
I have yet to figure out how to use this. I haven't even looked into it yet. You might have to teach me afterwards.
Well, I was gonna say, don't do it now. We're in the middle of something.
Yeah, that's why I said afterwards,
You got to
jackass.
keep making fun of the British. Last
Damn,
week,
I can't remember what part of the
last
fun.
week it was the
Well,
Mexicans.
why don't we just like talk about what
That
we
was
did
funny.
for the past 3 weeks? I mean, for fuck's sake, we haven't done this in 3 weeks.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so you guys are hearing this on the normal schedule, but we haven't been here for a hot minute.
Yeah,
Damn near a month.
because 2 of us went to Michigan, 1 of us went to country concert, and another 1 of us went turtle trapping. So
Yeah. Damn, feel full couple weeks, god damn it.
yeah, it's been. I don't think I've seen Brady since the last time we recorded.
It's been a while.
You haven't
Or
missed
no,
anything.
wait,
been a
no, I saw him at
while.
the wedding.
That was in my head.
I saw him at the wedding
Yep.
the weekend after we recorded, but I haven't seen you since.
Oh, yeah, duh. I was like, whose wedding?
Damn, dumbass.
Here.
I'm not too bright, all right?
We
No.
know.
I missed you last weekend. I couldn't get drunk and then sleep in my own bed.
What?
Cam and Liz had a party out at their house, and you had a wedding.
I
Better
don't think you can say his wife's name.
Ah, fuck. Writing utensil, piece of paper.
Her parents would be the ones to sue.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. Maybe we just need to have her on so that way.
So keep talking what you were talking about, though.
But they had a party, and I wanted to get fucked up that night. You can ask Brendan.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
We were.
Oh, you wanted me to drive you home, sleep in your own bed. I got it.
Yeah, I didn't want to sleep there.
I
Screw that.
will say that second game of speedball we played, we should not have won that.
No, we shouldn't have. We shouldn't have.
That
won
was a hell of a game, though. I'll
It
say
was a
that.
hell of a game. So we played. You remember speedball, right?
Oh, yeah, I know how. I've played
Oh,
speedball
yeah.
once. But
All right. For the audience, speedball. You and a partner each get a beer can. You play against another team. You set your beer cans upside down on your side of the table in the corner of the table. You take a ping pong ball and you throw it at the other team's can. You hit the can, your partner drinks, and then you have to continuously take turns going around throwing the ball in order to get your drinks gone. Whoever finishes their drink first wins. We added a rule that if your can gets knocked off and it is empty, you have to start a new can. Aaron had 1 crush left.
Yes.
It was like he literally had it empty. All he had to do was throw it on the ground, crush the can, and we would have won. That was it. He knocked his can off, it hit the ground, and we're like, fuck. We're going to lose.
I talked my shit. I talked my fucking shit to those guys. I'm like, oh, you guys done fucked up this time.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys are fucked.
And he started a new can, and I was already out. So I was the only one throwing on our team. I thought they were both about done with how much they hit our cans. And apparently they are not chuggers like me and you. I did not think we would be better chuggers than them.
Cam told me this past weekend, or I think Sunday, that he was very impressed at how fast you can chug a beer.
Me?
Yeah. Like without shotgunning it, he was very impressed with how fast you can crush a beer.
A masterpiece.
I had some practice.
I was like, Cam, you got to think that's all we did in 16. Like,
Yeah,
literally.
That's all we did in 16, 17, and a little bit of 18.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we did.
Yeah.
We chugged beer.
Practice.
I'm not to my dad's level yet. Have you ever seen him kill a cup? Kill a glass? We might have to try and talk him into doing that next time he comes out to the bar with us.
Like you're gonna go out to eat, middle of the restaurant, be like, all right, chug this beer right now.
No, what he'll do is
Right in the middle of this family establishment.
I will tell you his freaking. He's done it before.
I believe it.
Because we went to kind of one of the fancier bars around here, and there's a couple of young kids. At the time, I was like 14. There was a couple of 20-year-olds up drinking at the bar, and they were, hooting and hollering and talking about how they can chug beer. My dad kind of got a little annoyed and basically decided, I'm going to show them. I'm going to put them in their place. That's what I'm going to do. So he walked up to them, bought them each a draft beer and himself. Talked to him for about 5 minutes, just shooting the shit, blah, 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 whatever. Mom paid the bill. We're heading out the door. Still had a full beer. Not even 2 seconds. Says, well, gentlemen, have a nice night. Whoop.
Can he do that thing where he just opens his throat and
Yes.
Okay. Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
He can just open his throat and dumps things in his stomach.
Yep.
I really wish I could do that.
You can teach yourself how to do it, but
I've been trying
it's
for
very
years.
hard.
I used to be better at chugging things than I am now. Nowadays, I'm not in my prime.
Yeah,
anymore.
because it used to be
Because
that...
you got skinny, you jackass.
No, do you guys not remember lunch? He couldn't drink his milk. If his milk went to his lips, it wasn't going down till it was gone. It was like that with any drink. Like this water bottle wouldn't be sitting here half empty. It would be gone.
I always chug water. Anytime I open a water bottle, Sav's like, why do you always chug water? I'm like,
It's just what you do with the
it's
water.
just,
I'm
it's just what I do.
dehydrated.
you guys don't do cold water.
Mm.
That's a lot harder to chug.
Oh, I don't think I've ever put cold water in my fridge since we moved in.
I don't really enjoy cold water.
I don't like drinking cold water because it makes you thirstier quicker.
That and if you're actually hot, it's actually more of a health risk.
Because it can get you to have a heat stroke quicker.
Yeah, because it changes your temperature so drastically.
Nah,
Mhm.
fuck them.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Fuck them kids, bro.
Cold water feel good in mouth.
Ah,
You know what else feels good in your mouth?
This could go a lot of ways. I'm waiting.
I'm intrigued.
Just because we referenced the show earlier. My mom!
All right. Man. I was ready to let that one ride out. As long as you wanted to go for that. But it actually worked out exactly like it does on the show because, like, he always says something that would make he's supposed to be making fun of your mom. I don't know. You actually did pull that one off pretty well.
It's so easy to make those jokes, though. It's literally any chance that you have to say your mom, just say my mom, and anybody that knows the show is gonna be like, ah.
I wish I could do a Muscle Man impression better.
So do I.
I don't know if the mic wanted to pick that up.
I don't think it did.
I think it was just like that's background noise
Dear
for sure.
God, I don't want to record this.
I can only do the screeching. That's about it.
He always rolls around on the ground when he does that too.
You know who else likes to play video games?
video games? My mom!
You sounded like if Cartman tried to do a Muscle Man impression.
Very true.
Mine wasn't even close. I'm not even going to say it was. I was absolutely terrible.
You know who else likes big dicks? My mom!
You had me in the first half.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
My mom part.
Okay, now we got to let it sit and then just throw it in a random episode sometime in the future now.
My mom!
Sheesh. Go on vacation, all right?
I was waiting for it.
Me and
let
Brennan
ride.
go on vacation to Michigan every year. Did a lot of fishing. Not a lot of catching fish.
Ah,
I can tell
damn.
you that.
That's tough.
4 fish, 4 days.
One per day.
But it didn't work out that way. It was like 3 one day, 1 other day.
Yeah.
2 days where you get fucked.
Yeah.
Had a
I
bunch
didn't
of
fish the
air.
whole day, so you know.
Yeah.
How much did you end up catching, Brennan?
1, I believe.
He didn't get skunked. No nakey for him.
Thank the Lord.
Running a nakey because he didn't catch any fish.
No, But after this party last Saturday, I think we need to get back into the drinking games because that was a lot of fucking fun.
That was a lot of fun.
It was really fun up until the 20 minutes before you guys left. It was really fun when we were playing Hollywood inside and just fucking screaming it.
You guys
Yeah.
were in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were. I was like nostalgia 101
It
right
was.
there.
It really was.
Then we played bartender and we got into it. Bubble and the Fuddruckers. You missed out on a hell of a time. You would have
was
actually had
great.
fun at that party. You would have been taken back to 2016 without a doubt.
And minus the bubbles, but like, I mean,
It fits right into that
it
mood,
does.
though.
It does, though.
Do you guys remember last year whenever I went to the concert around this time of year?
Yeah.
The guy in front of us was asking anybody if they had cocaine.
No, I
Well,
don't.
there's a guy last year that like held up his phone and it said cocaine, snowflake, question mark, asking people for drugs, right?
All right, yeah.
He
As you
did.
do.
He did it again this year, but this time he brought cocaine. So I witnessed this man do coke right in front of me.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he came prepared.
Oh yeah. He
He
didn't
was
like-
asking for more then, I guess.
I'm guessing he was asking for somebody else's before he did his own, so he didn't have to take his own.
That's tough. I hate whenever I have to use my own cocaine. That's the worst.
It
It
felt
really
the worst.
sucks spending money to get high.
Go to a fine restaurant and they don't even give me complimentary cocaine. I have to use my own. This is some bullshit.
Some Jordan Belfort shit right
Sorry, I
there.
thought this was America. The president's son could do a line of coke in the White House, but no, I can't. Ass.
I watched Wolf of Wall Street, I think 2 days ago. There's a lot more tits in that movie than I remembered when I was younger.
I've never
Yeah.
seen the movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I've heard there's
Like-
a bunch of breasticles.
There is.
shit ton.
There's
Shit
a
ton.
ton of breasticles in there. I don't think I even realized it when I was younger. It took me like 3 or 4 times to realize, oh my god, there is a lot of tits in this.
For a movie about Wall Street, that sounds kind of odd, but
You do realize he was scamming all of Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
He was
no, I
fucking
don't.
everybody.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
The way it sounds.
For every share he sold, however much he sold it for, he got half that. So if you sell 10 shares for $100, $10 a share, you get $50. He was selling millions of dollars in shares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
It's really surprising that DiCaprio didn't win a fucking Oscar for that.
Yes,
Like
that,
he does
of all
everything
this,
else.
Yeah, of all the movies that I have seen him in, he
I think
deserves
he-
it
I-
out of that one.
Yeah.
I think the reason is because it's not,
Appropriate.
yeah.
I mean, the first movie that he did win an Oscar on, it was rated R.
Wasn't
What
it The
movie was
Revenant?
that?
It was The
that-
Revenant.
That's what
Okay,
I
I
thought.
thought it was The
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
but The Revenant is more about a guy surviving in the woods, and it's just kind of gory and scary, and blood and death, versus drugs, cocaine, women, stuff.
Drugs and cocaine are the same thing. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
I was trying to come up with more to say, and I didn't.
He was getting specific.
I mean,
about
they
it,
explained. Oh, what are they called? Preludes.
Mm-hmm.
which I know nothing about.
They are like a super Adderall. That
Which
if you,
I also know nothing about.
Adderall is what people take for ADHD. If you
To
have
help you
ADHD, it
focus.
helps you focus. But if you don't have ADHD, you get super brain.
Super brain.
I'm not even kidding. And it's like Adderall on steroids for a certain, like they discontinued the certain pill, but they were finding it. It's like the yellow ones are before a certain year, and they're super expensive, but they get you high as shit, and it's Adderall on steroids. So your brain is on steroids on steroids.
It looks like a
Brain-
whale of a time. I think we should all invest in this.
Brain
Preludes?
steroids.
Preludes.
You know how much
Yes.
each of those pills gonna cost nowadays?
Absolutely not.
Probably a couple grand.
I'd say like 10 to 15 grand per pill.
I mean, considering they stopped making them in like what, the 70s?
I think it was 78.
Sounds about right.
Somebody sponsor us.
So we can get
Sponsor
high
our-
off Preludes.
We need
Sponsor our
60
Prelude
grand right now.
Sponsor our Prelude adventure.
Pretty please.
Hey, Nike, I hear you need a sponsor.
Could you imagine doing a screw the drunk episode? We're just doing a Prelude episode.
Why not both? Any pretzels?
Crossfaded on Prelude episode.
Get drunk, and then take a shit ton of Preludes.
I would not want to take more than one of
I
those.
think we would die.
I think half would be my limit.
You want to
Okay,
die because that's how you
Through
die.
the 60 grand, we need 30 grand. We'll each take half
We'll
a
take
Prelude.
half.
There we go.
Seeing as I imagine none of us took Adderall before in our life,
No.
and other than me, I don't think any of you have really researched and thought about experimenting with drugs other than weed.
Nah.
Nah, I'm good, homie.
I'd still love to try shrooms.
I already can't remember shit, so if I just started doing drugs, like my memory would just be mush.
Drogas.
Yeah.
I like to keep the brain cells I have at this point.
The 3 I got remaining, honestly.
You know, he probably has the most brain cells out of all of us.
Probably Brennan
Why do you
over
say
here.
that?
When's the last time you got drunk?
Yeah, but I subject my body to a lot of things that, like chemical wise, that are just not great.
Hey, Brennan, when's the last time you got drunk?
Actually, I did not get drunk on Saturday, so...
What?
No. Serious, I did not.
Why not though?
I don't know. Just didn't feel like it, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't. After we got there, and after the whole, like, main beginning bit, it was like everything started dying down when we started playing Jackbox.
Don't get me wrong, I got a pretty good buzz going, especially during that Truth or Dare game, but, like, after that, it's like, oh, well.
It wasn't one of those nights, I take it.
Of course, I guess I was living a different experience. I pulled my first all-nighter, so...
First?
Your first
Yeah,
all-nighter?
I actually never did it before then.
You waited till you were 23?
Well, I just... Actually, I wasn't even planning on doing it. It just kind of happened.
Well, that's how all-nighters
Yeah.
happen. You plan
I mean,
on an
when you were-
all-nighter.
When you were a kid, though, like a sleepover, you were like, "We're gonna stay up all night tonight," but then you never did.
No,
usually.
no, you fell asleep at
when
like
you planned it.
when you planned it,
Yeah.
it never happened. But when you
No,
don't
for-
plan it,
For me, it was normally, weekend during school.
because I think
Start
last
playing a Pokemon game. Next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and my dad's getting up for work.
yeah,
Fuck, you know?
And he's like, "What are you still doing up?" I'd be like,
I just got up 30 minutes ago. I'm so excited to play Pokemon.
be like, "Go back to fucking bed." I'm like, fine.
I think my last one was like 2 years ago, and I went to my friend's house, and it was right before her wedding, and she wanted to talk about things, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And she turned on "Say Yes to the Dress."
Oh,
That night was the "Say Yes to the Dress" all-night marathon.
oh boy.
We do them a lot, just so you know. My mom used to be a big fan of that.
Same with my mom.
Oh, by the end of it, I was making compliments on the dress and able to identify them. I can't anymore.
I would come home. I would come home from like friends' houses at like 2 a.m. Mom would be asleep on the couch and "Say Yes to the Dress" would be on the fucking TV. It would be like clockwork every weekend.
You know, when she thought you drank all the time with us.
Yeah, when she thought that I was getting drunk and lying to her.
It's hilarious.
When was your last all-nighter, Brady?
I don't know how it hasn't been recent. I can tell you that because I've gotten. Hate to say it, but I've gotten more boring now that I've gotten older.
Oh, wow.
Lame.
Really?
Listen
it's
here,
almost like
buddy.
all of us have. You do realize
But
that,
it's
right?
like-
Because we run out of fucking stories to tell to each other. Because we've all fucking heard it.
But
and
now-
we've all been there.
but
Yeah.
nowadays, like if I don't get my sleep, I just feel like shit and fucking.
Fucking old man.
Fucking sober asshole.
Fucking
Jesus
teetotaler.
I will say, though, that I did have to catch up on sleep in, like, the couple days after it. Now, like, because I found myself like, man, I have to go to bed now. Like, I feel
tired.
awful. Yeah.
Well, that's always happens after an all-nighter, no matter who you are, in my opinion. Might not affect you as much,
Right.
but
See, I never got into the whole like you guys would, even without getting drunk thing, just stay up like till unreasonable like times of night, like 4 a.m, and then just sleep the whole rest of the day.
no.
I could never do that.
No. You do
I'm not
know
saying
my
you
parents.
guys in particular, but like I know people that do that.
Yes.
That's something I take after my dad. I can't stand to like waste a day
No.
just sleeping. It feels wrong. I gotta wake up and do something.
So are you against naps?
I can't
Yes.
stand naps.
He
Can't
hates
stand them.
naps.
I
He
only
hates 'em.
take naps on accident. Like if I fall asleep sitting in a chair, I wake up pissed off because I did so.
Oh,
He
big
wakes
nap
up
fan
pissed
here.
off when he's watching YouTube 11 o'clock at night and wakes up at midnight still sitting in
Fuck,
his
I'm
chair.
trying to go to bed at 11, get a little tired at 10:30, wake up, it's fucking 2. That fucking pisses me off so much.
It's a fucking half hour.
No, 2.
But it's the idea that I wake up at 2 and like for whatever reason.
Are you talking about at night or in the morning?
Yeah.
At night.
But the thing is,
No, I'm saying it's a half hour till you plan on going to bed.
Something about the napping sleep that I take with the light on and the TV on in my room just does not refresh me like a normal sleep in my bed rest. I don't know what it is.
Okay, but like if you actually want a nap to be refreshing, it should only be like 25, 30 minutes long.
Yeah, my
Yeah, but I
naps
don't
aren't
choose
that
to.
long.
But
I don't
yeah.
choose to take the nap, so I
He
don't
just
get a
falls
pick when I wake
asleep.
up.
He just falls asleep.
It could be an hour. It could be fucking
So-
4.
So imagine this. You drank heavily the night before, stayed up way too late. You got up at like 7 o'clock to go help your dad with the salt truck or blah, 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 whatever. It's noon. You sit down for the first time. You're like, I'm going to watch some TV and then I'm going to go out tonight. You fall asleep at 11 o'clock. You wake up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Didn't even realize you fell asleep until you woke up.
I do that more
No,
often.
I've
than
had
I
that.
should.
No, because
That's basically what it's happening to him.
yeah. I mean, the last time that happened to me, it was right after work. I sat down in my chair, scrolling through TikTok, and I woke up laying down in my bed.
I'm not allowed to sit down right after work. I got to do something because that's exactly what happens every damn time.
Sounds like you guys got to get better mental states with your work.
Hmm.
You're wearing yourself out that much, both physically and mentally.
It's just the idea.
It was just a really, I forget what we were doing that day, but it was a
Well, not so much you. If it happens every time to him,
It's not
he needs to
every time. I mean,
you just said every time. Are you
It's
saying
also
that you
gotten
lied
better
to us,
recently.
Brady?
You lying to us, Brady?
what's the? I can't think of the name for what that's called.
A hypocrite?
No. I was looking for like exaggeration, but whatever the other word. for it
Hyperbole?
is. Yeah.
You know, the last time I pulled an all-nighter, Brennan threw up in my truck.
What a dude. He's a big fan of throwing
In a
up weird
bag.
places.
In a bag.
And then he left the bag in my truck. So,
You see, I was drunk that night, unlike the other night.
Speaking of throw it up in bags, Aaron still owes me $10
for what?
How
I
you
forget.
transition
So,
that way is just
at Cam's wedding. Aaron, so Brennan gets plastered.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely plastered.
Fucking shit hammered.
Really bad. And
was fun,
we were
though.
leaving for vacation the next day. And Aaron goes, I was like, how ready do you think Brennan will be tomorrow to get ready for vacation? He goes, I guarantee you guys don't leave by 3 o'clock. And I was like, I think we will. But he was just like, I'll bet you $10 fishing bait that
Well,
we do not leave by 10.
It was
you guys don't
fucking
leave by 3
after
o'clock.
his dad said, "Oh, we'll definitely be gone before 3." I was like, "Ah, fuck."
Well, yeah, like he makes this bet, and I was like, I'm kind of confident on this. I'll shake on this. Yeah, it's $10.
You do
whatever.
realize if you make a bet with Brady and he shakes your hand, you're probably going to lose.
yeah.
I don't make bets I'm not relatively confident in.
Who the hell likes taking the safe bets?
Brady.
Where's the fun in that?
I never said it was fun, but Brady.
Yeah.
The fucking teetotaler. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't get high. He doesn't do this, that, blah, blah, blah,
But
whatever.
shortly
He
after,
yanks his meat. That's all he does.
Aaron talks to Brendan's dad, and Brendan's dad's like, "Oh yeah, there's no way my truck is leaving for her vacation. Like, there's no way it's not leaving before 3 o'clock. I'll leave without people." Like, he's just like, "Fuck it, we're leaving at that time." We left at roughly 10.
Yeah.
I was up at 7:30.
Now,
You were pissed off you had to leave the wedding.
yeah, you were.
I probably was. I don't know.
You were very upset.
Yes.
I was pissed off that we had to leave the wedding too.
It was a fun time.
It was. I
Damn
wanted
good
to
time.
keep going.
They stopped
Yeah.
serving
I
it.
asked you, and you
But-
were just like, "Whatever you want." And I was like, "Sure."
That was also after I found out that they're going to close the place down.
They were like right before they were gonna stop serving.
Yeah.
The DJ stopped playing. Like, you
Yeah.
might as well have left.
That's why I'm saying I'm pissed about. I'm saying that
They
I'm
weren't
pi-
pissed at me for wanting to leave. You were
You're
pissed.
pissed that everybody was closing down and they were stopping serving is what I was pissed about. Not you wanting to leave, because I found out that they're closing everything down at midnight. Everybody's got to be out, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, this fucking sucks.
But the next morning, we go to leave for vacation, get in the truck. I know how this goes every time. He looks at me and goes, I brought a trash bag just in case. I knew it wasn't just in case. He was going to use it. Knew
Well, I
damn
didn't know if I
well.
was going to use it or not. I mean,
Did he use
You
it?
didn't even
I did,
get,
once.
you got like 30 minutes away. Not even. And had to use it.
it was more than that.
I don't think it was.
It was about that.
Brady, do you
Because
have
you took a
documentation?
nap the rest of the time.
No, I did not sleep at all that time.
Your eyes were closed.
I had
at
my eyes
least.
closed, but I was pretty much awake.
I don't know if I
Wasn't able to
believe
sleep.
you there because I swore you were going to drop
Brennan,
the bag
Brennan.
at one point.
You also got to realize he's never been hungover. He does not know
Exactly.
how good it feels to be awake with your eyes closed.
He does not
How,
understand.
how good it feels to be awake with your eyes closed.
But if
it
you
does not make
close
sense
your
unless you've been
eyes-
that kind of hungover.
It was just
doesn't.
like that time that Cam said, he was like, hey, Alex, can I have a bucket just in case? I also knew that was not for just in case. He was going to use it.
Anytime someone
least we
says
think.
just in case,
They're going to use it.
they're gonna
They
use
have to have a reason to think that they're going to use it, and fuck, it's going to happen.
I mean, it's
Once
kind
it's there, they have even more of a reason to use it. So
it's kind of an unwritten rule that we're gonna use this fucker.
No, so fucking the Saturday of the concert, that morning, I've never felt more like hell in my life after a night of drinking. I counted the next morning, I had 17 beers.
you know why felt like hell?
Why?
You're drinking beer out in the sun with no fucking water, you dumb fuck.
No, I had
Yeah.
water.
How many waters did you drink?
2.
There's your fucking problem.
Well, you
You
know
act your
what?
cooler, you plan your
You know
hangover.
what? Honest
know
to God,
what?
who the fuck packs water? I was forced to drink it.
I was forced to drink.
I actually did when I went out there.
Oh, you're a fucking
After
puss.
that first night, fuck that. No.
But I will say, I threw up the most I've ever thrown up in my life.
He just complained about how bad he felt, and then he's making fun of you for drinking
You're
water.
a pussy.
For, handling my hangover before it comes in, why I always chug a bottle of water, drink some pickle juice, and then throw up, and then go to bed when I do a heavy night of drinking.
You know who else is a pussy? My mom.
No, she's not. She's a nice lady. You take that back.
You take that back right now.
She'd kick your ass, Aaron.
No, it's Muscle Man's mom, not my mom.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but you didn't say it in the Muscle Man voice.
Yeah.
You said it in your
But I
voice.
can't do it in the Muscle Man voice.
You gotta at least attempt it, otherwise it sounds like you're talking about your mom.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I would never talk about my mom like that.
You just did.
But
I'm gonna
you don't
tell,
have-
I'm gonna
but I
tell your
didn't.
mom that
But
you
I
talked
didn't.
about her like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna clip that.
We
I'm
all
gonna
know
send
that
it
my
straight
mom
to
is
her.
a fucking angel.
You're right.
Yes, you are.
Except when she's kicking your ass because you called her a pussy.
You know what? She probably could kick my ass.
Has she ever threatened you with a yardstick?
Wooden spoon.
Ah.
When I was like 10, because I was harassing Cam to beyond hell.
Yeah.
I did that a lot in my young days.
Speaking
Both
of
did, though.
harassing Cam, your best man speech, really good.
I don't
You
even
know, a
remember
lot
it.
of people didn't believe I wrote that. A lot of people thought Sav wrote it.
We were a couple of those people, so
Yeah. I know you guys were.
I don't even remember what it was, to be
I
honest with
thought
you.
8th grade DC.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I thought maybe you like helped her come up with ideas, and then she like wrote the actual speech part.
No. The only part that she helped me on was like literally the final sentence.
Yeah, you remember? I remember you saying that. How
But
to
I
end
couldn't
it.
think of a good way of how to end it. So
That was a damn good night, though.
I was really disappointed that her sister, she sounded like she smoked 10 packs of cigarettes before she took her speech, or she did her speech.
Yeah.
That really
And her speech was not good. It wasn't.
no.
Let's be honest, most of those speeches are generally not good.
My
The
mom's
best man
was-
speeches are generally very good.
It's usually the best man speech. Everybody laughs, and then whenever the maid of honor does her speech, usually she ends up like crying and is all sappy
Yeah.
about it.
Dude, would you believe me if I told you that my aunt's wedding was the complete opposite? My mom was the maid of honor.
I believe that. I do out of your mom, but
My aunts absolutely hate greens. Period. Green beans, peas, spinach, lettuce.
I can
Hate
get-
all of them.
I can get behind this. Besides the lettuce,
So at the rehearsal, she says, Groom, I am worried about your health. So she pulls up a paper grocery bag, pulls out a can of spinach, pulls out a can of green beans, pulls out a can of peas. You need more? Let me know. She said that like in the middle of her speech.
I mean,
I thought it was hilarious.
I think the funniest best man speech was I was told that the best man speech should last as long as the groom does in bed. Thank you.
Stand up. Thank you. Sit
Thank you.
down.
Well, you got to explain it if you
yeah.
do that. So that's.
Very
Yeah.
Are you prepared for my wedding, Brady? You got a while, but
I say you have to be prepared for your wedding first. So
I'll be ready then. Don't worry about it.
there's all kinds of stories I could tell, but Am I prepared? Absolutely not. But
I will say, yeah, it was that week that we recorded a podcast, and then that following weekend was Cam's wedding. I started on that speech right after the podcast.
you had from
Tuesday,
Tuesday until
and I got
Saturday.
it done Friday.
You had it done Friday, so
See, if ever I have to write one of those speeches and the wedding's on Saturday, you bet your ass that speech is getting started on Friday. It's going to be finished on Friday.
Nice.
No, because Cam made like a lot of emphasis that it had to be funny. And I was like, God damn it. Like,
well, you knew it had to be funny.
I knew it had to be funny, but I don't find myself to be the funniest guy out there.
It's like the whole yearbook quote thing where like some people take it seriously and that's boring. But yearbook quotes that are funny, everybody likes reading those, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Who wants a serious best man speech?
No one.
I couldn't tell you the last time I heard a serious best man speech.
No.
Mine was partially sincere.
I mean, sincere is a different thing.
Okay.
Serious.
You can mix
Sincerity
like
and
the
serious.
You
funny.
can mix the funny and the sincere,
Yeah.
but it's hard to mix the funny and the serious. Because once you get the funny ha-ha going, it's hard to switch to the serious, and the same thing with switching from serious to the funny ha-ha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like whenever a maid of honor does her speech and like she gets all serious and then she like cries about it and that's just awkward, but like you're waiting on her to stop crying so she can continue her speech. It's super awkward.
She cries for like 5 minutes, and her speech was a total of 2 minutes of speaking.
Usually a little longer than that though. They like to drone on when it comes to
My sister is so amazing. Yeah,
maid
we
of
get
honor
it. Sit your
speeches.
ass down.
They always got to start out with like, "You two are great for each other. Just so you know, I'm so glad you found this person. You guys are perfect for each other."
Good night.
Good night.
Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, everyone that I've heard other than my mom so far, yeah.
Trying to think of what else happened since the last time we recorded.
Well, it's honestly, it's kind of, I'm trying to think back to this turtle trapping and anything exciting that happened other than the guy that rolled his razor, because I really don't want to dig too much in that because it's not much of a story other than
Yeah.
he went up to a 85-degree mountain, just tried to climb it and fell back, and then rolled his razor and totaled it. But that's not like story worthy.
And then he thinks the insurance money is going to give him enough so that he can buy a 4-door razor.
Yeah, he's not the brightest.
I know.
Didn't you also almost take a tumble?
Oh yeah, I almost so we went to this quarry. It was beautiful. Like, it doesn't look like it belongs in Ohio. It looks like it belongs in the middle of Arizona or New Mexico or something like that.
or Brady's butthole.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was,
Vast chasm and beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
but
Chasm.
there was I think it was like 120 odd foot cliff
Mm-hmm.
that we went on top of first, and there's like a little steep drive up that if you really wanted to, you could probably get one of those machines up there. It was only about 8 feet. You climb up that, and that's like a little plateau, and then there's about like a 2-foot hump, and then a plateau, and then another 2-foot hump. I was drunk as fuck. Like,
Fuck.
No.
I was riding passenger all day. I was taking shots. I was trying to get people to shotgun beers, but none of them wanted to because they were party poopers. But I got one person to shotgun a beer with me, and that was after like 2 days of begging. But I
It's
went
almost
up.
like they have to drive their ATVs or some shit.
I was begging passengers. I was not going to beg drivers.
Mm.
I called bullshit. You definitely beg drivers.
After they're done driving, probably.
Yeah, at the end of the night maybe, but I did not do it.
All right, I'm just messing with you.
I didn't
Continue.
do it in the middle of like driving around. I'm not that stupid.
I'm just playing with the peaches, man. Let's get the story going.
Okay. But so I climbed up this hill, and I climbed up the first hump just fine, and then I go to that second hump, and I fucking fell on my ass, scraped up my entire side, and I fell off the good side. Because if I would have fallen off the other side, the side that was opposite of the side I was climbing, I would have gone down a 120-foot fucking cliff.
Into the beautiful chasm.
Yeah.
Which would have been painted red with your blood.
Yes.
Yeah, there would be no Alex. There would be blood splatter.
Oof.
Oh, the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever.
No, it wasn't even like 5 minutes of us being up there, and someone went, we're all kind of tipsy. We probably shouldn't be up here. Yeah.
Really?
We'll turn around and walk to the ATVs, and then we went swimming in the water that was in there.
That's why I have like no desire of going down south to like actually drive. Like if I'm drinking, I definitely don't want to be operating one
Trust
of those
me,
things.
like, a lot of the trails that you see on like TikTok, YouTube, and everything are the higher end. There's maybe 2 trails down there that in order to get somewhere, you have to go down that are like harder than driving a go-kart down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Most you got to worry about is hitting a rut. As long as you can ride a rut,
Yeah.
just saddle the bitch. It's all you got to do. I mean, I can fucking do it for fuck's sake, and I've driven one of those machines 3 times.
I drove my sister's fiance side by side. He's got a Can-Am X3. It took me 5 minutes. Almost died. That's just
Yeah,
all
but
it
you're
took.
also-
if I owned one of them, I would be dead by now.
I feel like those and motorcycles, I'd be dead
Yeah.
within a month.
I'd be
You
dead by now.
also got to realize that we're not flying like that, because you're probably out in the flat field flying around like a madman.
I mean, I was on our path to our woods, but yeah.
Yeah,
I almost rolled it pretty heavily into a tree.
yeah, but it's not riding like that typically. There is some of those guys that have gone down those harder trails and like, oh, this is fucking nothing.
Yeah, like I find
know who you.
I find rock crawling.
Oh,
to
it
be
wasn't even
cool.
that guy that wrecked. Those other people that didn't wreck because they are actually that good.
I find rock crawling and that whole like kind of slow going through the mud kind of thing cool, but the idea of like people who do like Baja racing, like fast off-road racing, just seems exciting as shit to me.
Yeah, it would
It's something
be fun.
that Ohio's not set up for. Like it's not the area. Like people who do like Baja and stuff, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, but no, like, I don't know. I know I wouldn't get drunk driving one of those things around if I had a machine down there.
Oh boy, I love drinking and driving. It's the best.
It'd be rather unwise to do that.
Gotta have the old road soda.
Road sodas, road pops.
Good old barley pop.
Nothing wrong with those every now and then.
Nothing like driving down the freeway, drink my road soda.
It's more like a mountainous trail going 5 miles an hour.
Actually, so there's
Not
this,
even mountainous.
there's this guy that YouTube recommended to me that does a series called Hood Eats, where he has a stunt motorcycle that he'll bring to different hoods. Like the video I watched was from Detroit. He went to 8 Mile, like most dangerous road in the world in Detroit, drove his motorcycle down it, and was asking people where to find the best Coney dogs, because he goes and reviews food from the hood while he drives his motorcycle. I don't know.
Actually sounds like a very good concept.
It
But
does.
he was asking like random people where to get the best Coney dogs. Well, he pulls up to a stoplight next to this guy driving like a white panel van. This guy's drinking a Corona and driving.
Nice.
And he asked the guy for a sip as a joke, and without hesitating, the guy literally takes out a brand new bottle of Corona, pops it, and gives it to him. So on video, homie is driving his motorcycle, doing wheelies, drinking a Corona in the middle of Detroit.
I tell you, that guy's a real one. Drinking Corona's what a man of culture.
It was
in
sweet.
Detroit.
Well, you also got to realize
Without a lime, that's a madman move.
Hey,
He's
who didn't
literally
have a
holding
lime?
it on his handlebars and just fucking ripping wheelies and stuff. But he's
Really?
got, you could see the videos it goes on, it gets farther down. So he's drinking while he's driving.
Guy has a fresh lime that he's cutting up in the cab of the van.
Let me get you this real quick.
So can I get cocaine on any Coney dogs around here?
There was a kid driving down the sidewalk on a mini bike, and he just stopped to ask this kid because the kid happens to be riding a bike with air quotes, like where you can get the best Coney dogs. The fact that this kid didn't run off and say stranger danger is amazing because he's on 8 Mile in Detroit. But whatever.
He's probably seen worse, man.
I'm surprised the kid didn't pop him.
The kid should have mugged him.
No, if you're doing that, you got to be packing some serious heat on you.
And then the funny thing is him trying to find the best Coney dogs. Everybody was saying that he's in the wrong area for Coney dogs. Like, why are you on 8 Mile looking for Coney dogs? You got to go to the nicer part of town to go get that.
It's probably some rundown Skyline chili somewhere.
The place he went to only took cash.
Yeah.
So He finished the rest of his Corona with his Coney dog.
Was it good? Like, did you rate it?
I can't remember what he rated it, but he did rate it. Yes. It was a weird concept. I was like, this is different. He's done
Also-
Chicago. I didn't watch that video, but he referenced it.
It is kind of cool though. Like,
That's
it's a
different.
pretty neat concept.
He would just go around and like different people along the edge of the street. They would be like, how much horsepower does that thing have and different things. They'd be asking questions about his motorcycle. And he would just randomly like start popping wheelies and doing stupid shit. And 'cause he's like, yeah, in Detroit, they got bigger fish to fry. They're not going to pull me over for stunt driving. So it's kind of nice.
I actually have a story for you guys that happened earlier today.
Were you in Detroit?
No.
Oh,
That's upsetting.
very.
So,
See.
past few days I've been like working on my go-kart on and off, just trying to
Yeah.
get it going. Today I replaced the fuel line. And I was like, sweet. Now I'm not, leaking fuel like crazy, so I can actually drive this thing around. So I go and fucking drive around here a bit down the road, all that sort of shit. And I get back home and I realize, fuck, my air filter fell off, my gas cap fell off.
Oh,
How do you lose your gas?
I don't fucking know.
Did
I
you
would
find
say
it back?
check
Yeah.
the gas cap.
Okay.
But so I was like, fuck, now I gotta go drive around all the places that I drove, see if I can fucking find it. So, that area down here where you drop that roll off, like, I'm sure you guys know that little
On the
area back
curve.
there. Yeah, on
Yeah.
the curve,
Yeah.
if you go straight, whatever. I went back in there because that's one of the places I went, and I went back in there, and I get about halfway through the loop back there, and my fucking engine just sputters out. I'm like, fuck. Guess what? I'm out of gas.
Fuck.
Solid.
It didn't leak out. It was literally I
Just ran out.
just ran out because I didn't put much in it to test it
Mhm.
because
You're
you know,
testing it.
yeah,
If it leaks all out, you don't want to lose it all.
yeah.
So you threw the golf cart in the roll off and walked back.
No,
Oh,
so I start dragging my golf cart back.
Go-kart.
Go-kart, sorry. I start dragging my go-kart back. I'm literally like picking up the front end behind me and putting it half on my back and just kind of like moves the end down the road. I think I walked probably like a good 800-900 feet or so, something like that with it, dragging it behind me. And there's this guy mowing lawn, and I just like kind of I was wore out, and I'm not going to shame to admit this. It was not my first break of putting that thing down, sitting on it for a couple seconds, and then picking it back up. And it just happened there. I broke. I was like, put it down, sat down on the front of it, and he comes up with his lawnmower, turns his lawnmower off. What? Everything all right? I was like, I just ran out of gas, dude. I just figured I'd drag this home or find someone to take care of it, and I'll walk home, get some gas, and walk back. And he's like, no, I got you. Gave me some gas. I was like, oh, thanks, man, blah, 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 whatever. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Nice,
Random,
genuine dude.
Very
didn't
much
know,
so.
didn't know the dude at all. Just happened to.
Did you shake his hand?
I did not because he did not offer.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, were your hands dirty first? Like,
They were absolutely fucking filthy.
okay.
No, I did not shake the man's hand because he didn't offer. And as soon as he was like 10 feet away from me when I said I'm out of gas, he's like, oh, I got you. And then he walked straight to his garage, and
What a
Like-
nice dude, though.
he waited for me to follow him, and I followed him from like, respectable distance, not just trying to get up on his shit. And he turned around, gave me the gas can, and I filled it up, and I gave it back to him. And I was like, man, I really appreciate this. Do I owe you anything? He's like, nah, just pay it forward.
what a dude.
Genuine dudes. I like people like that.
Yeah. And it's not like I took much gas. I literally like
Enough to get home.
boop boop. And those things don't take much to.
No.
Mhm.
You know that thing still is held together by vice grips, right?
Yeah, it's not the only thing that's held on by vice grips. Part of the reason why my air filter fell off.
Did you get a bolt for that yet, or
I got to replace the bolt because I found a nut for it.
or a
and
nut?
I,
I mean, that's
I
what I'm
screwed
saying.
a nut on, and it was supposed to be the right size, and it fit on well, but then it stripped the bolt.
Oof.
So vice grips, and I'll get a new bolt.
I don't know how to remove those, but I've never looked into it. It might be easy.
Take it off, take a hammer, smack it, and get a new carriage bolt.
The carriage, okay. I didn't
It's
know.
not a carriage bolt, but that's what I'm going to get.
It
But did
works, it
everything
works.
like carburetor swap wise go well?
Yeah, it's all good.
Sweet.
I'm just trying to figure out like my how that screws there with the throttle that hits up against it when you first like let it in rest. I can't figure that thing out, so that way it runs when I start it, but it doesn't run away.
So your idle's too low, you're telling me?
Yeah, it's too low, and then I just like barely turn it, and all of a sudden it's too high.
I don't know. I'll have to
I
look
don't
at
either.
it.
It also is different once it warms up, and I know you two are like, "What the fuck are these?"
You know how you
firecrackers
don't
talking-"
lose nuts and screws and all that shit? Get some Loctite on that motherfucker. It ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah,
Red,
I'm gonna put
only
Loct-
red Loctite
Red
on
Loctite.
everything.
No,
Especially if you're working on your
actually-
guns, put your scopes on, red Loctite.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You want to use green? Better.
I actually don't know what green Loctite is.
Stronger than red.
Really? Fuck.
Red's pretty strong. I don't know how much stronger you can get.
We use it for mounting studs that we like. It's like a 2-foot piece of false thread that we put 2 nuts on through a plate.
The real
Those
question,
2 nuts get the green Loctite. Those are a bitch to get off.
I'm just saying, red Loctite is like supposed to be like damn near permanent. Is green just like I don't plan on ever taking this apart? Or
Yes.
I just figured that.
Like there is only maybe one reason why this should ever be taken apart in all of eternity, and that is because it is in the wrong position. Because
You just don't fuck that up.
Hate to be the asshole that puts it in the wrong position.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucked it up before because there's some play in those holes that you put them in, and tightening them down, I accidentally got them both to go in, and the thing that I was putting on through
Wouldn't
those
go on.
wouldn't go on. So I had to undo it, and that's how I know it's a fucking bitch. And that was literally 30 minutes after I tightened it with the green Loctite.
At least it didn't really have time to dry.
But it was still a bitch after 30
Oh, yeah.
minutes. Can't imagine after it sits there for 2 days or something like that, how much of a bitch that would be to get off.
Can't be hard if you're liquid or something.
I will admit,
Can't be
I
tight
think
if you're
this-
liquid.
Yeah.
kind of
there you
funny.
go.
But so Brennan's dad had this gun. He was trying to sight it into our house, and the scope kept loosening on him, and he didn't realize it at first. We were shooting him, couldn't figure out why we couldn't get it sighted in. It would like all of a sudden just be really off. He found out it was because the scope was loose. So the next time he came over to shoot it again, he was like, "Not going to come loose anymore." We were like, "Why?" He goes, "Red Loctite." He red Loctited his scope to the gun. He did do that. He said, "I don't plan on changing the scope, so fuck it. It doesn't matter." He knew damn well what he was doing when he did it.
It was acts with intention. He's a man of sheer fucking will.
The resale on that is gonna fucking plummet.
It's probably gonna be mine someday, anyways.
It's your problem.
I plan on inheriting all those most likely.
Yeah, because your sister's gonna want all of them, and she's gonna fight you for them. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
See, you guys don't have the brother competition when it comes to your father's guns.
I will have a sister competition, to be honest. Guaranteed, she'll want some of them.
Yeah, but is she going to want most of them?
I mean, she'll probably want them. Is she gonna get them? Absolutely not.
You also got to realize your dad has a shit ton of guns. My dad has 3.
More than my dad.
No.
Zip.
Yeah.
Your dad doesn't have any.
You know, he
Your
never
mom's
got.
got one though.
My mom has a handgun. Yeah, she has her concealed carry.
What I thought.
My dad never got into it.
No, I figured at
His
least have
brother,
one.
his brother, on the other hand, loves to hunt.
See, I love guns, but I can't get behind hunting too much. Like, it's fun to go, like, hunt groundhogs or something like that every once in a while, but I don't see the fun in sitting in a tree stand for hours on end
No,
waiting for a deer.
I don't like the waiting for deer, but like if you
Deer
if
never
you,
seemed-
if you can get a flock of geese above your head and you can get them to turn around and come back and land in front of you, that shit is fucking cool.
Aaron just gets off on killing geese.
I don't blame him. I would too.
I highly suggest it. It's really fun.
So where do I get this license to shoot sky carp?
Sky carp.
It's just your regular hunting license, and then you have to
You know that
get to call and get your hip number.
you know
and then
your
once you have
app
your-
you go onto for your fishing license? Same app.
Same app.
Yeah, but Canadian gooses are legal to shoot. aren't they?
Gooses.
No, you just gotta have your hip number so you can shoot migratory birds, and then once you get that, you just gotta follow within when they're in season.
Fuck, I'm gonna shoot
And then
some
if you
sky
shoot
carp.
if you shoot tags, they're worth $50 a piece.
Fuck, I want to shoot some sky carp.
Oh, it's fun.
Fuck them.
It's
things.
coming up soon that we have to get our name in for the blinds because the blinds all on the lake up here.
Yeah.
They do like a drawing for those. It's not just like first come first serve. And
That's good.
last year we actually had a pretty good blind. I'm hoping this year we get another good one. But yeah, fuck sky snakes or whatever the fuck.
Sky
carp.
Sky carp, sky snakes.
The whole the deer hunting thing never did trip my trigger either. Like something about literally taking like like there's a week you can hunt with gun, but I guess bow you can do a lot more in Ohio. But the idea of like all that effort just to be able to shoot one deer usually.
And it's a year-long thing. If you have an area that you're going to, you're constantly taking care of food plots, or you're putting feed in the feeder, and then you take it down 2 months before, so that way it's not in whatever the fuck you call it, baiting or whatever.
There's a lot of effort that goes into it, and then like I can just drive over to the neighbor's house on my 4-wheeler and like shoot a groundhog and go back home. Convenience.
Yeah.
But venison is good.
I can shoot,
Very much so.
several groundhogs in a week.
I'll say if it's for like a trophy deer, sure.
Fucking A. I'll
Fucking
do it for
A,
a trophy
yeah.
deer.
But there's
I'm not
no
just
trophy
gonna-
deer around here.
Oh, no. If we go to like Montana or something like that, fucking A, I'm going to be behind that. Let's give me some fucking...
You can
Actually,
go to Africa.
for trophy deer, I think it's Iowa. I think
Iowa?
I think Iowa has the largest population.
Iowa's
was
a
thinking,
good state for that.
isn't
Illinois
like,
is a very good state for deer as
Illinois is.
well. Ohio actually is a very good state for deer as well.
But you're not going to find those monsters around here.
Not around here, no.
No.
We should just skip the middleman, go straight to Africa, and go for big game.
Africa?
No, I don't want to do big
Obviously, it's
game.
impediment.
Africa?
I always wanted to shoot an impala.
I'll shoot a moose. That looks fun.
Ooh,
Moose.
Moose hunting looks fun.
big guy.
Big boys.
Oh yeah.
Big
Can
ol'
I get
heifer.
him? So if I shoot a moose, can I get him like taxidermied, kind of like they do T-Rexes in museums? I just want the skeleton, but like set up like full on. So instead of just having the skull,
It's probably going to cost you $150,000 to get it done, but you know, yeah, go for it.
sounds cool.
I mean, if you're also paying to go on the moose trip, I mean,
yeah, might as well at that point.
Like moose hunting is definitely bucket list for me.
I don't know if it's bucket list, but it does sound fun.
It's definitely bucket list for me.
When it comes to hunting, I would just like to go to Texas and do boar hunting, not from a helicopter. I just want to do regular. It's like hunting groundhogs, but they're everywhere.
And you can use
like,
infrared and fucking get them fuckers at night, and they'll never see it coming. And you
and
can,
they're just running around between fields all the time.
and they want you to kill as many as you can.
Because I think I seen a statistic that said they per year wild boar destroy like I think it's like $50 million worth of crops just in Texas alone.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. That's why people shoot them from helicopters.
Yeah.
I don't know. Went coyote hunting once. We didn't get anything, but it was kind of interesting.
Like, I feel like there's not a whole lot of coyotes around here. Like
We went to my uncle's, probably southern Ohio.
Okay,
so.
then you'd have a better chance. But like,
I'm stuck between wishing there was some around here just so I could hunt them, but then also don't want them around there because I live around here, you know?
it used to be
Right.
around here quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, they
I
moved
think
to
they've
like
been weeded out quite a bit, but there are still some around.
you got to wake up really early to hear them in the morning. Like, I know if I still lived at my parents' house and the slaughterhouse, I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning. I walked outside. If I probably waited 10 minutes, I could hear them for sure. But
I think the main thing that pisses me off about coyote hunting around here is that coyote hunters think they own the fucking road.
They think they own everything. They
Yeah.
just don't care about what your property is or anything. They'll just fucking
Plow
trudge through
through
whatever
it.
they want to.
I've personally seen someone hop in a truck from one field to the other chasing a coyote.
Oh yeah, I've seen it as well. There was one winter where the roads were like super shitty and like nobody was driving on the road. I think it was probably my junior or senior of high school, and so like everything was closed. Everybody's like staying at home. There's maybe been 5 vehicles that have passed my house this morning, and all of a sudden I see a vehicle or I hear a vehicle coming again, and it just like I hear the noise of the vehicle staying there, and they're fucking like 100 yards maybe away from my house. And they're just fucking like suddenly running through the field, just running towards something, dogs flying and like
No,
Just
they
out
think they
there.
fucking own everything, and it
their
pisses me
truck
off.
is parked in the middle of the road. I realize not many people are driving, but like now somebody's got to pass you on this icy ass road or whatever.
that's when you just get back in, just put it in drive, shut the door, and just let it go. Be like, hey, you forgot to put your truck in park,
That's
asshole.
fucked, man.
That's fucked. Not my fault. You got stuck in the ditch.
Not my fault. You wrecked into our building. Jesus fuck. You should put it in park, dude.
Yeah, you always know when there's a coyote hunter because they got the big ass fucking antenna, and then there's like 2 dog cages on the back every damn
Mhm.
time.
A
Dog
good chunk
cages,
of them have like a utility bed.
Yeah.
gigantic antenna. Don't know what the antennas do, but they're there.
It's for GPS on their dog collars.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because those dogs will go literally miles away, and they got to be able to
Track them down.
track them down.
No, that is especially in an area like this. That pisses me off. Like my aunt and uncle, they live in Cincinnati, and they actually have a coyote problem there.
Cincinnati.
Well, they're moving in town because you can't shoot them.
Got it.
And most you could probably do is probably call an exterminator and hope they can
The
trap
animal
them.
control.
Animal control.
But coyotes are actually really intelligent. Like,
Oh yeah, they're not dumb.
they're very intelligent. That's why they're not around here anymore. They're moving to inner cities and shit
I'll
like
fucking
that.
shoot they ass.
Yeah, because we'll shoot them in the city. They got
Protected.
plenty of raccoons and cats and
Garbage.
garbage and all that sort of shit they can eat. There's literally hundreds of videos out there. If you can see a coyote stop at the edge of the road, look both ways, and if there is a car coming, they will wait.
And then go.
They're not stupid.
Mentioning the tracking dogs, there's a guy my mom used to work with who had a Jack Russell Terrier, this little dog, and he had this collar on it that also was GPS. And it would tell him like GPS and then depth. Because he would take them out like hunting groundhogs, and he would just fucking let them loose in a groundhog hole, and then he would take the groundhog, pin them, and then he had to dig his dog up.
What?
How'd you get
Holy
25
shit.
feet down? God damn it.
This sounds so nuts to me. Like usually groundhog holes, the 5 foot deep max. But it just seems like a weird premise of like the dog doesn't bring the groundhog to you. He goes down
You
into the
gotta go
hole,
dig.
fucking takes the groundhog and just fucking clamps down on his neck and stays there. His whole thing is like, I hold this groundhog and I stay. And then your job is to go get your dog back.
It's like when people used to use hunting dogs for coons, and they would tree the coon, and then you cut the tree down.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, that was back when coon pellets were in today's money worth about $5 a piece.
that'd be kind of nice. Wish groundhogs were worth something to shoot, but some people
I'm
will
sure
pay
you can
you to
find-
hunt groundhogs for you, like different farmers.
I'm
but
sure you can find someone to buy groundhogs off you. It would not be hard.
I want to get one taxidermied,
Why?
just to say I did. I don't know. Taxidermy something I shoot.
That just isn't.
Waste a couple
Sound-
$100 on a fucking groundhog.
Yeah.
You do realize
I shot a big one a couple years ago that I really wish.
Man, this is a monster.
I wish it would have been the one I could have got taxidermy because that thing was fucking huge.
Brady, you do realize I can get you in touch with a taxidermist? You have the money.
Yeah, but will I spend it?
No, it's not on guns,
Unrelated.
but it's not on guns.
That and most of the guns that I use to hunt groundhogs, little entry hole, big explosion out the other end. But it's usually not like taxidermy worthy by then.
Maybe you need to downgrade then.
I'm not using anything large. It's just really fast.
Just slingshot.
Well, I know, but
Use a sling. Put some marbles in that bitch.
According to my calculation, you have to win.
I know I've done some groundhog hunting with my 22, and I've gotten some good ones.
I'll just take my addle out and go ahead and hunt some groundhogs.
You really want to see no more groundhog? Use an RPG.
Boom. RPG.
Throw some tannerite in the fucking hole.
Let's just go get a tank.
Groundhog. Could you imagine you like chase a groundhog into its hole, so it's just down in there. I know it's in that hole. You shoot that hole with a tank. That groundhog's not surviving that shit.
Fuck it, we're just getting A10 Warhog at that point.
Good
Fucking
lord.
drop bombs on them bitches.
See that field? Yeah, not there anymore. Cool.
Gone.
So you guys remember the whole like invading area 60 or 51 meme going?
69.
Yes,
That's
gotta clap alien cheeks.
Yeah, I remember
missed
seeing
out on
one
that.
meme. It is my favorite meme that has ever come out of all of this. There's a quote above it that says, "They can't shoot all of us," and it shows a warthog, and it says, "Laughs and Bert."
I've seen that one.
They can't shoot all of us if we run.
That's where you're wrong, bitch.
Fucking watching those things fire is just so fucking.
I
The
know.
sound is nuts.
Something else.
Imagine how expensive each of those bursts are.
Oh, ungodly.
This gotta cost thousands.
Oh, yeah.
Not mention the fuel for the plane and
You got to really want something dead to use one.
Which I'm pretty sure those aren't used regularly in the military anymore.
no, they're not. F-16s, I believe, or are they up to something else now?
Ah, yes, you gotta have nukes and F-16s.
There we go.
No, I just saw a fucking video on TikTok. It was this Russian tank, and he was like, "Ooh, I'm in a Russin tank, AR or fucking A-10 Warhawk," and it just fucking gone,
Boom.
gone, nothing left.
I wonder how much it really would be per, like...
We can find out.
We could find out
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
Alex is
Like,
gonna find out right now for us.
He's
actually.
curious, too.
How much
I am
per
very
bird?
curious.
Per bird.
No,
Even
per
just
round.
Per round. I
Per
mean, I'm sure
round.
it's...
I
Well,
imagine
but-
per round it's at least $5.
Oh,
Hey,
I'd
I'm
be
just saying
willing
you
to-
wouldn't be.
I said at least.
I'd be willing to guarantee
I mean,
it is over $100 per round.
per
I'm
round.
saying it's not semi-auto, so you gotta go by Bert. You know,
Because
cost per Bert. It's
even
Chainsaw
like
Man.
50 cal is over $5 a round usually.
You know, I'm probably on some FBI watch list with all the shit that I look up.
I looked up best budget AR the other day. If I wasn't on a list, I'm on one now.
Yeah.
I was like, should I really look this up? I want to know, but like,
You know how you really get on
Is
a
it-
list?
yeah.
Google, how do you stay off the FBI's most wanted list?
Oh, what you doing here?
Mm.
This doesn't. There we go. $136.70 per pop.
Okay, now find out the firing rate of it.
yeah, say how much per minute or whatever. Whatever the statistic they want to use. 136.70.
Wow,
oh,
you're-
How fast does a fire go down there?
we got cost of fire right here. Bu-
Oh, it's a 30 millimeter round.
Yeah.
Those are not small.
11.5 an hour.
$11,500 an hour.
Ooh.
That's the cost of operating, not firing.
Oh,
Operating.
I have a 20 millimeter round, like dummy round that I bought. It's, I mean, every bit of this big. A 30 millimeter goes up by quite some size. I've seen, like, I want a 30 millimeter dummy round. I could just, oh man, it's just amazing.
Part of the size of your fucking forearm.
Fucking think about it. Like, it makes the 20 millimeter look, makes the 50 cal look small.
So 1,100 rounds.
Got a capacity of 11 rounds. They have about
39,000 RPM and a 2-second trigger pull.
It says they have a 9 trigger pulls at their disposal in a flight. So they can do 9
Burst.
burst. So if you do,
So
3,900
we do
RPM
11,
times-
1, 2, no.
you can do
1,100.
39.
Divide that by 9. Multiply that by 136.70. About $16,000 per burst. 17 if you want to round up.
nice.
I love where my American tax-paying dollars are going.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Whoa.
Damn, our taxes probably never went towards this, and that kind of sucks.
No, our taxes probably go more towards
Ukraine.
yeah,
Got
that
him.
ain't wrong. That ain't wrong. Probably goes more towards Ukraine and
The
Fucking
weapons
us in
it
the
does,
ass. On
the weapons
daily.
it does fund go to Ukraine. So
yeah, but it
win-win
also,
for the Ukes.
but it
Just,
also
just for them to be
recon.
left there.
Recon is probably a good chunk of it right now.
The taxes that they give, they just fund fucking us in the ass every day.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, now we got to figure out the big question.
Oh no.
How much does it cost?
Yeah.
I actually showed as I think it was like 18.8.
13.4 million per
13.4.
plane.
But if you
Look
get
at-
all the upgrades, it's like 18.8 mil.
Look them up on Craigslist, see if you can find
Shopping?
it. Shopping. They do make models of them, just so you know.
Oh. That's boring.
I bought it on
eBay.
eBay.
Tell me why I bought that 810 Warthog.
Tell me why.
Operational cost and maintenance. Fuck, I never thought about the maintenance cost of my
Yeah.
Warthog when I bought it.
Imagine how much each of those missiles cost.
I like how it's got it broken down as if people are actually going to buy these. Like, this is your original investment. This is your maintenance cost.
You know how people do stocks? We're hawks.
There you go. Invest.
We invest in planes.
There's that 13.4 million.
And about 1.6 million per plane. through its
Maintenance
lifetime.
costs account for around 12% of the ATON Warthog's lifetime expense, or 1.6 million per plane.
Yeah.
So to be
training estimated 1 million, 8%.
Hey, get out of here.
It worked. We don't need training.
Dude,
Training schmaining, I've always
Training.
heard.
We're just gonna GTA this. We're just gonna hop in and go.
I just want to make it go Bert.
That's all I want.
We don't even have to be flying. Let's just go Bert.
Let's just go Bert.
It literally says analyzing the value of an A10 Warthog investments. It does say it.
Oh,
We're investing in
no.
it.
God damn it, they're one step ahead of us.
They're asking all the important questions.
Relatively inexpensive.
What?
40 million.
The similar models. The other ones, I guess, apparently.
Okay, it's comparing it to the FA-18 Super Hornet, which is estimated lifetime cost of 92 mil.
What you're telling me is the Warthog is the cheap model. Hell yeah.
It's still the one
economy
I want.
model.
Who wouldn't want one of these things? Like, honestly.
Gotta buy them while they're low.
I'm telling you, man, if I
Yeah.
ever hit the Mega Millions.
Actually, I think they're sending these babies to Ukraine now.
I think they are too.
Could you imagine, like, if you became a billionaire, like, you won the lottery big time? It's like the memes where people are like, if I win the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there'd be signs. And it's just a picture of a warthog in your front yard.
Can you guys imagine one day, just for some reason, you just pull up here and there's a warthog in my front yard? We're like, go over.
I haven't built the hangar yet.
Alex, why is there a A10 warthog in your front yard? Oh yeah, I've yet to buy a hangar. Wait, what do you mean?
That's not the question I wanted answered there necessarily, but all right. It wasn't why it's in their front yard. It's why you have one, but you know.
Why is it in the front yard?
I have yet to buy a hangar.
I have to save up for that now. I spent my money on Warthog.
Was it worth it? Oh yeah, you
Oh,
should go
yeah.
sit in it.
I spent it all on a Warthog and ammo.
You want to make it go Bert?
So Bert.
I bought enough for one burst. That's all we got. I sold my house to buy the bird. I gotta move out
Buy
by
the bird.
Tuesday. Could you imagine spending all of your money on a warthog so you have no place to live, so you have to live in your warthog?
God,
That'd be a hell of a flex, though.
that man would have his priorities straight. It's like those Lamborghinis and really high-end cars you sit and parked in front of like a trailer house.
They got the priorities.
No, those are drug dealers. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I guess we all had very interesting trips then.
Hence why we told so many stories.
Yes, about our trips.
You know, I don't think we bashed on the British enough this episode.
Boy, mate, I think we might have bashed on them a little too much that their fucking bloody L's are actually bloody L's.
Oof.
Fuck the Brits, though.
I mean, their teeth, though, you know.
Am I right?
I think you just hate the Brits because you didn't get to hate them that much with the whole holiday season that just passed through.
You didn't get to
Could be.
hate them much, you say?
You didn't get to hate them that much. We didn't talk about the Brits this past 4th of July. I think he misses making fun of the Brits at 4th
Yeah,
of
because we
July.
made fun of Mexicans when we did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did do that.
Tune in next week for the next nationality we get to make fun of.
Jews, you're next.
Well, no, that's a religion. That's not a nationality. We don't hit religions.
Not yet. at least.
Israelites, though?
Well, no, they're a race.
But it's not a nationalism. It's
Nationality.
nationality. It's not a country.
I mean, it's considered a
Did
race.
you not just hear what I just said?
I understand what you're saying, but we can go a little bit further.
Tune in next week when we start working on races.
Tune in next time when we actually break down how much of a racist Brennan is.
Actually, I might be the least racist person in this room.
You think so?
Perhaps.
Have you had sex with a black woman?
I had sex with anybody.
Well, there you have it. Brennan's pansexual.
Excuse me?
Can't prove that you're wrong.
Damn it.
And just
You're right.
because there's
I always have like dish pans.
just because there's an absence of evidence doesn't mean there's evidence of absence.
Ooh, he got you there.
What?
Boy, what country are you from?
I said the absence of evidence, not the absence of evidence.
Does a Dawn
You said that backwards.
I know I did.
does a Dawn
What?
dish soap get you aroused?
That's my lube.
That's my lip.
That's gotta burn.
My pants.
That's gonna burn.
Actually, it's very clean down there, though.
Yeah, but as soon as you get in your
Oil-free.
dick
Oil
hole,
free.
It's burning for other reasons.
My dick is like that duckling in the oil spill commercials.
I was just about ready to
Squeaky
say.
clean. Quack, quack.
I was just about ready to say. I usually start out with my dick, just covered in oil. That's usually how I like to begin, and then you get that Dawn dish soap in there.
You
Get
always
that oil out.
You always
You know
wonder
my
if there's a
crevices?
5-quart jug of motor oil in his fucking room.
I think we found out why
Lotion and
Brady has a.
tissues.
I think we found out why Brady has a hentai porn collection. He got bored. He had, up the scale to get off. He's putting oil on his dick and then Dawn dish soap to get off.
No, that's burning.
He just said he did it.
I was doing it as a joke. I was hypothetical.
Oh,
sure. That was a joke.
Okay.
But
Brady's like, fuck it, I plead the fifth.
could you imagine going to somebody's room and instead of having they have a lotion container next to their bed, next to their tissues, and you make a joke about it, you push on the pump, oil comes out, and you're like, yo, what the fuck?
And it's not even like clean oil. It's like used
It's
motor oil.
used oil. You can see the metal flakes in it.
There's just a fucking grease gun sitting on the nightstand.
Oh, what'd you have to grease? Don't worry about it.
The literal grease gun. Don't worry. Could you imagine? About to have sex. Don't worry, I brought the lube. Pulls out a grease gun.
Not just any grease gun. That Milwaukee Electric grease
Oh, yeah.
gun.
Hey, that thing's fucking nice, all right?
It is
I
nice.
used one a lot.
That thing disposes a lot of grease.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of lube.
A lot of lube.
Don't worry, I got it on high mode. We're good to go.
You can have that on the certain setting of how many pumps you want.
Usually I put it
you
on
pull the trigger.
on.
I put it on 10.
On. Just keep pumping.
Just keep
On.
pumping.
That's an option.
Let's blow these gaskets.
Yeah. We're getting nasty.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's nasty.
I think I'm starting to figure out why we don't have listeners.
Well, probably.
Hey, we waited till the end to start doing this, all right?
Yeah, but still.
Honestly, I think we should have started with this, to be
Honestly, I
completely
think this is
honest.
the high
Yeah,
point of
same.
the episode.
This is Borderline Hooligans After Dark. You gotta wait till after a certain hour to start this.
Well, it's not even dark yet. It's just like dusk.
Turn the lights off, Brady. We'll make it dark.
Can't find the light switch behind the bed sheet.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is a comforter, not a bed sheet.
Aurier.
Jeez, you think you would
I
know
feel
your
like we're
terminology.
doing our stream again.
We should do that. We should figure out a time we can do that.
I need to look to see if Mortuary Assistant's been updated again, because I will so play that game again.
That was so much fucking fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, maybe we should just at least make it a yearly thing and do it again for Halloween at the
I
Paramount.
mean, I think for
Yeah.
sure we need to do that.
I think if we did another horror game, it would be cool.
Horror games feel like they're perfect for that. Do you have any other horror games?
I got Phasmophobia.
That was the first thing that popped in my head. I knew you had that.
yeah, I'm trying to think of.
I'm trying to think of something different that everybody plays fast.
There
You
was,
also got to realize I don't get into horror games that much.
there's a game that I've been seeing a lot on TikTok. It's about finding anomalies in certain rooms.
Yeah, and then it's like you can get hunted down through the ghost or whatever supernatural thing. Maybe we should play that this Halloween.
Are you
think
just talking about fucking Phasmophobia again? Like that's
No,
what it
no,
sounds
no,
like.
no, no. You're not actually going in the house.
Like you're
looking
you're-
through security cameras and shit.
And then you have to find out, like, hey, this moved there, or that's a duplicate of that,
Yeah,
or hey, there's a fucking shadow in the room.
when no one's in
Oh,
there.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I'm
one looks
still on
good.
that deleted TikTok gang, so
Yeah.
I'm on that never had TikTok gang.
Honestly, I wish I would have
Respect.
joined that one.
Are you still got it deleted, or are you?
Yeah, I still got it deleted.
Okay, I didn't know if he relapsed.
He relapsed.
I need to go to rehab for TikTok.
TikTok rehab.
Nah.
Okay, hentai boy.
Hentai boy.
Reddit's enough to like keep me entertained for like the 2 minutes that I usually intend on going like TikTok. That after that I get bored and I don't want to be on Reddit anymore. So
This is gonna sound messed up, but like, so ever since I deleted TikTok, I've been on Instagram a lot more.
yeah, you're going through their reels.
But Instagram has not, like, it sounds like a drug thing, but it doesn't have quite the kick to it that TikTok did. Like, it's nowhere near as entertaining. I don't stay on it as long. Like, it's not as good
You
at
also,
all.
you also got to realize
Brady's over here popping, or used to pop fucking Vicodin for his headaches, and now he's back down to the fucking baby ibuprofen.
Just not quite doing it.
I can't just get the high off of this, man.
well, I mean, as Chu said, all that shit is an addiction. It's just
It is. Yeah, it's
releasing the
all.
dopamine.
It's meant to be.
What
Yeah.
else am I gonna do when I take a shit though?
Jerk off.
Read the shampoo
That sounds-
bottle. What else did you do when you were fucking younger?
Hop on iFunny and jerk off. There's always porn featured
I would
on
just
there.
sit down, take a shit, and get back up when I was younger. You know,
Swipe left or right on Tinder.
until I
Or get on Grindr if that's your fancy.
until I got a Game Boy. Then that was the thing.
What if there's
Game
like
Boy
a
on the shitter?
Fucking Pokemon and taking a shit.
what if there's like a hentai dating app?
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
There's a gamer dating app.
Ooh woo.
I
You
actually
don't have
checked
to be
it out.
lonely at farmersonly.com.
No, there's actually I forget what it's called. I think it's called Ping. It's a gamers dating app. They don't do it based off of where you're at. They do it based off of the games you play and the languages you speak.
the
But-
languages you speak.
I'm not even kidding. You can get matched with somebody in Ukraine if they speak English and you say you speak English too.
Damn.
Whether or not you speak Ukrainian. But the only thing is, in order to like or not like anybody, you have to pay $5 a week.
Head from
Nah.
Arkansas also plays
Minecraft.
Minecraft
and speaks English.
Now, to use like any filters or to like actually swipe left or right on any profile. Otherwise, you get one profile a day you can look at. Can't contact them through it. You can't.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Yeah, unless you pay the $5 a week.
It sounds awful.
It's literally just a scam for horny gamer dudes, and they say there's girls on there, but I'm willing to bet if you actually paid for it and worked your way through it, girls you find on there would not be that good.
Feds.
There's a bunch of feds on there.
Trying to get the Hawaiian shirt, guys.
Stay off the Minecraft.
Stay off the craft.
Stay off the craft, and you can get this shaft.
Mm.
Get that tattooed on your forehead, Brennan.
You won't.
Ah,
You
No
won't. No
balls.
balls.
I thought the
God
same
damn
thing.
it.
None of you in here like work like that, like people where you could just say you won't, no balls. But I have met people. Doesn't matter what it is. No balls, you won't. Is all you got to do to get them to do whatever you want.
That's how we got my friend from high school drunk for the first time.
Honestly, wish it would work on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
but
no shit.
The people who have that type of like mentality where they're like, you won't, no balls. I don't understand it. Like, I don't need to
You-
prove to you.
They're the people that feel they need to fit in no matter what, and that is why peer pressure works on them so well.
They
most
got
guy thought they were just that they weren't eunuchs. This guy says I have no balls. I
they're
gotta
trying to
prove him
convince
wrong.
you their PP is not small when we
Yeah,
all know
yeah,
it is very small.
Yeah, with their lifted up
Small
truck
peen.
that's 10 inches off the ground with their 32s or whatever the fuck.
Damn.
Hey, there's one now.
Yeah, we can hear it.
B school.
Well, boys, we got anything else, or do you think we should call her here?
I'm okay to call it here. Unless if you guys have
No, I'm
anything
good.
else to
I'm chilling.
add.
chilling.
Cedar Rapids.
I'm glad
Speaking
that
of
that
Iowa.
reference has never like died.
That reference never dies. I think I'll have beer.
That one is one that did die but shouldn't have.
Don't you guys hate when movies and stuff, when the bartender asks the person, "What do you want?" Beer. What fucking
I'll
beer?
take a beer
That's literally all they used to have to say.
because we had
literally
one beer.
Every
Well, yeah, I
bar
think-
had just like one beer on tap. If that's what you
yeah.
wanted, that's what you got.
But it's not that way in this world that we live in. It's not.
Old nostalgia, damn it.
I mean,
You walk into any bar, I have a beer. Which fucking one?
Surprise me.
Surprise me.
I think we could probably do that, but that's because would go to our local watering hole. What are you having? A beer, and they would put our preferred beer in front of us. I know they would.
Back when I was on TikTok, there was a dude who was a bartender on there, and he would do like different stereotypes of people. And there was one where this lady was like, "I'll have a high noon," and he goes, "What flavor?" And she goes, "Surprise me."
Everyone does that.
She gives it, or he gives it to her, and she goes, "Oh, but not cherry." And he goes, "Honestly, that one's on me." Like, I should have expected that.
No, there's so many people that are like that, even working behind the bar. Oh, I'll have a neutral. You give them, like, just grab one and hand it to them. I don't like the lime.
How was I supposed to know that?
Fuck, didn't you say something?
I don't know.
I'd be like, oops, I opened it. Here you go. $4, please.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
on that note,
Bye.
A10, go.